So Google is secretly building a tool that kind of answers the problem of most vibe coding tools. So coding tools like Cursor, Windsor AI, Firebase Studio, Replit, V0, etc. They are great and they allow you to create an app in just a few minutes, and sometimes you can ship a full app in just a few hours. But even that, despite the promise of vibe coding, most of these tools are designed for developer. So again, you can create an app without touching the code. You can just describe to the AI about the app that you want to create. But most of the times, you need some technical background, some knowledge about software development, and you don't want to accidentally revealing some secret information like the environmental key or the API key inside of the code. But that knowledge is usually something that you need to acquire when you have an experience of building a real app. And not to mention, these tools, like for example, Firebase Studio, again, even though you can create an app without touching the code, most of the times, you probably need to take a closer look at the code and do some other things like deployment or checking the problem, check the console error. And yeah, basically you have to work with AI. You cannot just fully relying on AI to answer to every problem that you face when building an app. So Google just created a new tool called Opal. And this is very interesting because essentially you can create an app with zero coding knowledge or zero technical knowledge. In fact, the app itself could be powered by AI, and Google actually has plenty of AI models. I'm talking about Gemini, Imagen 4 for creating image, the VO3 model, which is very good at creating videos, and also the Lyria 2 model that is able to create music. And basically, this is actually a really cool idea because that means you can create any app for any use case, and it can be done in just a few minutes. In fact, this tool is very simple to the point that there is no code that you can see. I mean, the app itself is built on top of code, but you don't have or you cannot see the code. You can only interact with this tool by prompting or by dragging or dropping. It's very simple, it's easy to use, and it is designed for the masses. So everyone, no matter who you are, even if you're not a developer, you can create a mini AI app using Google Opal. Now, how do you use this AI platform? Well, right now, Opal is only accessible if you are a US citizen, but you can actually use a VPN service and you can connect to the US region, and then you can start using Google Opal. So how do you access this tool? Well, just go to opal.withgoogle.com. And by the way, I'll leave all the links that I mentioned in this video in the description. So just navigate to this URL and you can log in with your Google account. You'll see the sign in button on the top right corner of the screen. And after that, you'll see something that looks like this. Right now, there are two ways to create Opal apps. You can create a brand new app, or you can remix some existing apps that were created on Opal. For example, previously I actually showcased you the tool called Learning with YouTube. This is a very simple tool where you can insert a YouTube video and then you can let AI to create a sort of summary, and also this interesting interactive quiz that will help me learn the concept from the video. So this is just one use case, and I know there is also this workflow or something. And I think for some people, this is quite exciting. But anyway, let's continue. So here, I'm going to create a brand new app. Let's click Create New. And just wait for the tool to open, and you'll see that there is no coding area at all. It is really simple. Now, here, as I mentioned earlier, there is this workflow interface. I forgot the name, the exact term of this kind of drag and drop method. Sorry about that. I really couldn't bring that word in my mind. But yeah, this is very similar to N8N, or in some ways, I would say Zapier, maybe not. I think it's much closer to N8N. So I'm not quite familiar with N8N, but I heard that this tool, Google Opal, could replace N8N in the future. But I have no idea about that. I actually more into Make.com or Zapier, so I'm not quite familiar with N8N. But let me know your thoughts about the possibility of Opal replacing N8N in the future. Anyway, let's continue creating an app. Now, you can create an app in this manner by dragging the user input, the generate section, and then the output. Then you can connect them together with a node. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create an app with just prompting. So let me just delete this. I'm going to press the delete button on my keyboard. There you go. So here for this demonstration, I'll try to create I will try to create an app. Let's say, okay, let's create an app that lets the user to generate a background music based on an activity or mood. That's the app. And you know, Google actually has Lyria 2 model that is able to create music based on the description. Okay, sorry, I was unable to handle the strict details. I received an app configuration, but it's not clear what action you like me to take. Please tell me if you want to create a new app, modify a new one, or if you have a question. Okay, I have no idea why I'm receiving that. I have never seen that message before. So let me try it again. Create an app that lets the user to generate a background music based on activity or mood input. Okay, let me try it again. And let's see if this time around it will actually start building the app. Yeah, this could take quite a while, and perhaps because it is not the most prioritized tool or project from Google. Okay, there you go. We got this tool. I guess I have to give it a name. Let's call this app Music PVT. Yeah, I think that's actually a very catchy name for an app. So there is this input, and then it generates the music. It is actually using AI like Gemini 2.5, and also the 2.5 Pro. Sorry about that. There is the Flash version, there is the Pro version at the moment, but you can see that there are many other models that are available on Google. And for this section, it is actually generating music using Lyria 2. So it's pretty cool. And finally, the user can see the result and they can play the music. So if you want to test the app, you can click the preview button, or you can also just click the app section. It will show you the full screen version of the app, but you know, just use the preview section. I think that's enough for me. And basically the user will see something that looks like this. And by the way, if you're not quite happy with the color or the style, you can click theme and you can generate or create a new theme based on the description, or you can generate a random theme. Now, I'm going to just start using this app, testing this app. Click start. Describe your activity or mood. Let's say I want to clean my room. So what background music that it would suggest to me? So it is generating music prompt, and I'll be back when it is done. Okay, after about 2 minutes, it generated this piece of music. Let me play it for you. Okay, I think it is decent, and if you want to go back, you want to create a piece of music, or basically you want to start the app all over again, you can click this button. So it is very simple. Every single app that you will create will have that kind of interface. So there is a button, there is a chat box area where you can insert some message or some prompt, and then you can go back if you want to create more. So it's very simple. It's not like some traditional app, but also it doesn't feel like a regular AI chatbot. So as I said, it is kind of the hybrid of traditional application and also AI chatbot. Now, if you want to make some changes, you can actually use the prompt again. So here, actually have prepared a prompt that I'm going to use for changing this application. Please add an optional feature to generate an artistic album cover from the music prompt. I'm going to send this message and just wait for this AI tool to make some changes, and I'll do the test. Okay, it just modified the app a little bit, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, I'm not familiar with this kind of node-based interface, so yeah, but I think it's really cool. Now, let's try using the app again, and I'm going to create a brand new music. Let's say I want to study. Send a message, and there should be an option to create a album cover. Okay, it's now on this step, but let's see what is going to be the next step. Okay, so this is the result. I actually noticed something that it didn't ask me whether or not it should be creating the cover album. And that's probably because this section is not connected to the system. So I probably have done some due diligence before actually using this app. But anyway, basically we got the result here. So there's this album cover and there's this music. Let's play the music. Okay, where's the rest? Okay, that's pretty good, although I kind of don't understand what is the meaning behind these two icons, because they are not really representing what it does. Like if I'm sliding this to the left, it's actually becoming silent, but to the right, it's becoming more pronounced, more or louder. So yeah, maybe there's something that it needs to work on, but basically it looks really cool. It's something that I could use. Now, if you want to share this, you can click the share app button, and then you can turn this app from private into public, and then you can share the link to everyone. Right now, if someone wants to use the tool, then they have to sign in using Opal as well. So they need to be in the program if they want to use the tool or the app that you just created. So this is the link, you can share it with your friends. And yeah, I would say that's everything that you need to know about Google Opal. It's very simple. There aren't many things that you can do, and it's still improving. There's going to be some new features that will be added in the future, but for now, it is very simple. It is easy to use, and I think they need to keep it that way because we don't want to make this into another complicated developer-centric vibe coding app. And it's kind of reminding me to actually a feature called Canvas in Gemini, where you can create an app and then you can share the app, and anyone can use the app even when the app itself is being powered by AI. For example, here I created an app that is being powered by the Imagen 4 model, and anyone that has the link of this app could actually generate a picture using the Imagen 4 model completely for free. So that's really amazing, and I think that's really the power of Google ecosystem. They have plenty of AI tools, and there are many millions of possibilities of mini apps that you could create using Google Opal. And so that's essentially everything that you need to know about Google Opal, and that's how you can create a mini app using this AI platform. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. I wish you a great day ahead.